Hey peeps, we are back. We are talking SWV and Xscape, the Queens of R&B, Season 1, Episode 3. Hey, before we get into the video, please do me the honors of subscribing to my channel, hitting the notification bell so you can always be notified when I post new content, hitting the thumbs up because that does wonders for my channel, and share. Thanks. So at the top of the episode, we find out that Ace's YouTube page has over 17,000 subscribers. And I just want to say for the record, I'm not bitter. Not even a tiny bit. Congratulations to Ace. He is adorable and I hope that he gets millions and millions of more subscribers. He is adorable. And so is little Blaze. And did you see how big she's getting? Anyway, let's move on to the show. So we see Taj and Tasha at the music museum in Nashville, and that place seems really awesome. Me and some of my girlfriends are thinking about taking a girls trip to Nashville. And listen, we have got to add this museum to our list of to-dos. Seeing that Xscape was on the wall and a part of this music museum was really touching. And I would be so proud if I was a member of that group to have our group be a part of this legacy at this museum. I hope that SWV ends up in the museum as well. So Taj asked Tasha about her and her sister in the hopes that they've been able to work things out so they can get down to business. And she tells her that she was upset because she body shamed her. And Taj came right out and said, wait a minute, this cannot be over the fact that she said you didn't have an ass or whatever. Like, it has to be something else. And she says, well, she also got smart with my mama. Yet again, she was calling her her mama. And Taj was like, this cannot be. And Taj is thinking the same thing as us. It's not just about that. And you know what? It's not about that. It's about that $30,000.
It was changed to my mom and my sister's address. My sister was living with my mom at that time.
Okay. And so you still really don't know how the address got changed?
No.
So
I mean, I know, but
well, yeah.
I didn't do it. Miss Diane didn't do it.
Yeah.
She got on the phone with the guy who basically at the time was running, I guess, that department, and he basically gave her the address where her checks had been going, and he also told her these checks are being cashed. So she was like, being cashed, and then she wanted to see the checks, and
they sent the copies of the checks. On the back of the check was a fake handwriting that said my name and my sister's husband's name. It was cash in his account.
Wow.
So I like endorsed.
Endorsed. Back then, I don't know if they can still do it now.
Yeah.
But 9 years ago, you could do that.
Say that there was like a fake email.
Yeah, see, when we do business,
this is deep.
When we do business, it's times where we have to send over not fax over, but scan like our passports
Right.
so we have on emails all of our information, our social security, all of us are privy to that. And one of the items that was used was my passport. So when they sent me the picture of the passport, I looked at my passport. I had not signed my passport, but the same passport was signed, which was a piece of paper that somebody forged my name that was sent to them to be me. And then and they went as far as putting Tamika Scott something at Gmail and was they were communicating with them through a fake Tamika Scott Gmail account.
There are so many layers to this.
There's a lot of layers.
I mean,
and it's all true. There's no lie. There ain't no lying in it.
so your sister Latasha, I know she's saying obviously that it's not true. She didn't have your check. Is she offering you any kind of explanation about what might have happened since she's saying she didn't get it?
No. When it happened, the year it happened, she was quiet. She didn't say that. She was sitting there looking crazy. And my mom was mad at me.
Honey, now listen. Tamika has not forgotten. She has not forgotten, and she is laying down the facts. I believe Tamika. I really believe that Tasha and her husband stole that woman's money. Of course, it's alleged because I don't know these people, but that's the feeling that I get. She says that she wants to do this solo album because she wants to step out and get herself some freedom. You can step out and have all the freedom you want. Step out of this group. Let them go. I feel like she's holding them hostage. Later on in the episode, we find out that Coco was diagnosed in 2017 with bipolar depression. And she said the reason that she found out is because she went to get help after she felt like she wanted to off somebody. And I am so glad that she went and got help and she didn't hurt herself or anyone else. I don't know a lot about being bipolar, but I do know a little something about being depressed. And depression can creep up on you. You know, one minute you can be happy, things can be going great, and the next minute you can be totally depressed and not know why you feel the way you feel. And at one point in my life, I was stuck in a battle of depression. I would be fine at one point and then just sad and just down and out in the dumps and not understand why or what it was that triggered it. And I ended up going to see a professional. The next thing you know, I was off work for 8 weeks and put on Wellbutrin. That was one of the best things that could happen to me. You know, I needed some help and I went and got help. And to anyone who is listening now, if you are suffering through depression, anxiety, any kind of stress, please get help. It's okay to get help. It's all right to ask for help. You don't want to wait and then end up hurting yourself or hurting someone else. So reach out to a friend, a family member, helpline, anyone. Just get out there and get some help. When she was out having a little lunch with her friends, one of her friends said that she wasn't young anymore. She was a little bit old. She said, listen, honey, I might be 52, but this thing is still 21. And honey, listen, I feel you, girl, because the same around here. This thing is still 21, okay? So we also see SWV still working. You know, they're traveling all over the place. They're doing shows. They're doing their thing. You see that Tamika has invited her mother over for dinner, and you could already tell when her mom rang the doorbell, she had to take in a deep breath. It was an awkward situation when she invited her mom in at the door.
Wow.
It's such a privilege to be on this wall.
It is.
This
It's
is
humbling just to be a part of this. I felt like she body shamed me. It was like a lot of different things.
Body shamed you. Hold up.
Yeah,
I know
we're not
y'all
gonna-
ain't fighting over no
No,
little
it's not
booties.
that. That's not the only thing. Some things happened with her and my mom.
But that seemed like it's something more going on between you and your sister.
That's it.
I'm 52, but this pussy is 21. I show favoritism?
Yes, ma'am.
In what way do I show favoritism?
You allow her to express herself. When
I allow her to express herself because she do not come at me in a disrespectful way. Hey, I am the fifth member. When your daddy walks out on me and he didn't care whether we swim or sink, I am the fifth member. Tasha is crushed at you.
No, she's not. I brought you here today. You said I disrespected you, and I'm sorry for disrespecting you. But if you can't respect me as an adult and my feelings, then I'm gonna have to step back.
I love you. Always have and always will. And if you feel like that I've been less than a mom to you and more of a mom to Tasha, well then I'm sorry. I love you more than anything.
I ran into someone you know.
Who?
Tasha. She was in Nashville.
Tasha who?
She was there at a meeting with Motown.
Would you like for him to be your stepdad?
You have to relax.
Got the many faces of Sister Hot Pussy. It's the erotica audiobook.
Sister Hot Pussy is my alter ego.
We bopping to it. Look here, Anime. I'm gonna need you to come from your stuff. Okay?
Don't do it.
I'm gonna need you to get it out because we gotta go. We got a lot of shows to do now. We gotta go now.
You can sing on the weekends or something.
I just don't feel like I should be doing something that I don't want to do.
He just started singing yesterday. Now he wants to stop to go sing. Mommy, he's crying.
Well, you need to come to sit in my lap.
How about I just take a year off, see where I go from there, and decide after that year?
That sounds like a good plan.
Dang, you ain't do this with me when I wanted to sing.
Before I seen their conversation, I said to myself, if I was Tamika, I would lay down the law. I would let my mother know, It's time for you to learn how to respect me or I'm out. Now, I'm not saying that people should walk away from their family. They really shouldn't. But sometimes you have to draw a line, and sometimes you have to love someone from a distance. And this is one of those situations. Well, her mom starts off the conversation, and it's all about Tasha. Now, she's asking Tamika, how does she make her feel this way? What is going on? But as soon as Tamika jumps in and tries to tell her, she cuts her off. And that's one of the things that I've noticed that Gloria does. She will cut this girl off right after she asks a question. She goes on to explain to her that she's the fifth member. She's the fifth member. And she had to take care of them when they daddy left. And I said, bullseye, that's the problem. There are a lot of moms out here that will mistreat a child because they look like, sound like, and act like they daddy. And vice versa. There's a lot of fathers that will mistreat their children because they look like, sound like, and act like their mother. That is some bullshit. These children did not ask to be here. This is not their problem. This is your issue. Seek help. Don't put the blame on innocent children. And it seems like that's what Gloria does. Gloria is so hell-bent on focusing on Tasha's feelings being hurt that she clearly did not see Tamika's feelings are hurt as well. It took Tamika putting her foot down and telling her that if she could not respect her as an adult and show her the same amount of love and affection, she was out. She was going to move on and cut her mother off. Once she saw that she was serious and she was crying, then all of a sudden her mom realizes she has not been fair to her. And she, tells her how much she loves her. She says that she's sorry. And, they hug and they cry it out. Listen, I am wishing both of them the very best. I hope that Miss Gloria can actually take a step back and look at the whole picture and see that she is choosing sides, that she is not being fair to Tamika. And in the end, when you think about it, she's not being fair to either one of them. I hope that they can make this relationship work. And I also hope that they can fix it between Tamika and Tasha. But if they cannot, and Miss Gloria does not know how to stay neutral or support both of them, then I would tell Tamika, 1, get you some therapy, and 2, love Miss Gloria from a distance. So then they go to Candy's house, and I laughed so hard because Candy was talking about buying her a lottery ticket. And I thought, rich people buy lottery tickets? But then again, I remember that jackpot was over $1 billion. And I said, well, shit, I would buy a ticket too. And as a matter of fact, I bought several tickets. Anyway, I didn't win. Taj tells Candy that she ran into Tasha, and Candy said, who? That cracked me up. I said, girl, who else could she be talking about? She absolutely understood when she said she was out there visiting Motown Gospel. And Candy said, here we go. Like, she is not surprised. She said this is exactly what she did the last time. She was trying to get a solo deal. She treated them like crap while working her magic in the background and didn't tell them anything because she wanted to keep a safety net, knowing that if the solo deal didn't work out, she could always come back to the group. And that is exactly what she's doing now. And I feel as if they are allowing her to hold them hostage. Taj says that she understands how they feel because that's the same thing that happened to their group when Coco decided to go solo. Taj also makes a point. She says, I would hate to see her leave, but we need to still move forward. We cannot let her keep holding up our decision making. We need to move forward with or without her. And that is the truth. Then we see Lily with her son, and her son is 32 years old. Remember, she told us she had him when she was 15, and she just looks so beautiful and so young. It's hard to believe she's got a 32-year-old son. When they get to the restaurant, she asks her son if he would like to see this bartender as his stepdaddy. And I laughed so hard. I mean, listen, mamas need love too, honey, okay? We out and on the prowl. Anyway, she said that her kids are not her friends. She is not here for that. She said sometimes they try to be funny and call her by her real name. She says when they do that, she ignores them because they need to call her by the name that they know her by. And I'm with that. Because every now and again, my son will call me by my first name and start laughing. And I tell him the same thing. You don't know me by Pia. You better call me mom, mommy, mama. I don't give a damn. It's not Pia to you. I'm just saying. I don't know. I just find it disrespectful. Don't do it. Every now and again, I call my mom by her first name too. You know, trying to be funny as a joke. Sometimes she laughs. Other times, I don't think she appreciates it either. So I better watch that. Anyway, she also lets us know that her son is a really good rapper, a really good hip hop artist. And she says that, you know, he's sitting around thinking that she's about to knock the door down for him so he can get into this business. But she says she's not going to do that. She is willing to make a little crack in the door for him. But she says, no, he needs to get out there and hustle and, you know, open those doors for himself. And I agree, because I think 32 is a little long in the tooth to be breaking into the hip hop business, you know, so I wish him the best of luck. And I hope somehow she, you know, puts that crack in the door real soon, because, you know, you're 32 today, you're 52 tomorrow. I'm just saying. We also find out that when Coco quit the group and the group broke up, Lily ended up being homeless and living in her car. I said, daggone it. I was just saying how proud of her I was for everything she's been through. And I had no idea that at one point they were so broke that she ended up living out of her car and sleeping in the parking lot at Yankee Stadium. Gosh, I'm so sorry that she went through all of that. But I am so proud of everything she has accomplished. She went to college and she has really made a come up. I am very proud of her. I guess she's now writing erotic audiobooks. Now listen, I said that I could be friends with this girl. And listen, call me girl. We could be friends. I don't think there's anything wrong with a nice erotica audiobook. I'm just saying, I mean, mamas need love too. Anyway, Tasha at the studio in the booth, and here comes that husband Rocky doing his Ike Turner impersonation. I said, nuh-uh. No, sir, because we already looking at you like you are a possible abuser. I'm not saying he is an abuser. We are looking at him as if something is not quite right. Stop doing that. She does tell him that she has not told the group about her solo aspirations, because sometimes when you tell people things, it doesn't work out. I agree with that. I really do, but I don't think that's the reason she's not telling them. I think she's not telling them because she wants to use it as a safety net. If things don't work out with this solo album, she can, you know, still have the group to fall back on. So then you see Coco's son, and he's practicing his singing, and you know, I thought the singing was okay. Was it good enough for him to drop out of dental school to try to be a singer in this tough music industry? I don't think so. They have this conversation. She is not very happy about this. When they talked about it a little bit on the last episode, I thought that she was supportive of it, but it turns out she's not. I do think she was right when she told him that he should continue to go to school and just sing on the weekends, because, you know, it's a tough business. It's a tough industry, and not everybody makes it. When he talks to his grandmother, he starts crying, and you know how that is. When the kids start crying, we get all weak and, oh, my baby. You know what I mean? You give in. He says that maybe he can just take a gap year, and you know, if things don't work out with his singing, he'll go back to school. And his grandmother thinks that's a great idea. And Coco, she's like most parents. The grandparents are not the same people that they were when they were raising you. She's thinking, wait a minute, you weren't that supportive of me and my R&B career. I don't know what it is about grandkids, but they change the grandparents. They become somebody totally different. And you're thinking, where was all of this when I was growing up? Listen, Coco, just keep praying, keep supporting him, and see how this gap year works out.
We got to get to the bottom of this today and go, are we doing this or are we not doing this? Because we can do other things.
Here we go.
You're not gonna put your hand in.
Now, wait, everybody.
Come on, King.
So how is this gonna go when it comes to billing?
It should be co-headlining to keep it moving.
Well,
And it's collaborative.
We gonna pass.
This show, we should co-headline.
This is SWV. We've sold how many records compared to your 7 million? Girl, bye.
What I'm saying is this is one night. When y'all do your tour, you can headline all day, but for this one night, we need to co-headline.
I sold 30 million records, bitch.
Listen.
No, ain't no ifs, no ands, no buts, no.
Neither of us are going to argue with you on this.
So the ladies meet up, and SWV's managers say they have other options, they have other opportunities. These girls need to make up their mind about what they're going to do, because if they don't want to do this performance, they have other options. Tasha gets there and Taj says, everybody who's in for this Xscape show, put your hands in. Everybody puts their hands in but Tasha. It takes a little coaxing, but then she goes ahead and agrees. The situation pops off when Candy talks about the billing situation. Xscape wants to be top billed, and they want SWV to open for them. Now listen, this is one show, one night, and I truly believe it should be co-headlined. This is not a whole tour. This is just one show. They should definitely be co-headlining. Now, I know in the past, Xscape has had a tour and SWV opened for them, but that was the past. You know, Candy explained online that the reason they wanted to be top billed is because they make triple, usually, what SWV makes. And they just didn't feel that they should share the money. So that's why they didn't want to co-headline. Now, SWV has sold more albums. They have also showed that during streaming each month, they have almost 4 million streams versus Xscape's almost 900,000 streams. So I don't know, but in my opinion, I thought that it was a little rude and disrespectful. It did kind of make it seem as if, you know, we're up here and you're down here. In my opinion, they're both even. They are both talented groups. They are both entertaining. I think this is one performance and it should be co-headlined and they should split the money evenly. It's one show. Let it go. I thought it was rude. It was too much. You guys just got over the hurdle with Tasha and now you want to fight back and forth about this situation. I think that they should think of the bigger picture. Let's do this. Let's co-headline. Let's see what it could be. There's more opportunities to make more revenue going forward. Don't mess it all up. You know what I mean? I don't know. I'm not in the music industry. I have no idea. Anyway, you guys, get down in the comments and let me know what you think. And until next time, bye.